we should never carry those burdens alone. We should seek His guidance. With Him, by His grace, we will overcome all our burdens. We will become victorious. Welcome to Exceltrove Online. It's Motivation Monday at Exceltrove Online. This morning, I'd like to reflect on the words of John Milton. Just to be on the same page, John Milton was one of the best writers of England. His claim to literary immortality is Paradise Lost. When he became blind, he penned this Petrarchan sonnet on his blindness. He wrote on his blindness after becoming blind and after worrying what would happen to him after becoming blind. What he did was to recite this poem to his daughter, and the daughter wrote it down and titled it On His Blindness. So here it is. On His Blindness by John Milton. When I consider how my life is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent, to serve there with my Maker and present my true account, lest He, returning chide, that God exact thy labor, light denied? I fondly ask, but patience to prevent, thy murmur soon replied, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts, who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and post over land and ocean without rest. They also serve those who only stand and wait. The last 8 lines of John Milton's sonnet resonate to me every time I encounter problems in life. What should we think of when we have problems or difficulties in life? I believe the last 8 lines of this sonnet on his blindness will guide us. That God exact thy labor, light denied? I fondly ask, but patience to prevent, thy murmur soon replied. God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts, who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and post over land and ocean without rest. They also serve those who only stand and wait. My dear friends, in this poem, in this sonnet, John Milton conveys that God does not expect us to offer Him our gifts, to offer Him our talents, just for Him to be glorified. He only needs one thing from us, and that's to be able to carry our burdens. We have to carry our crosses because people have different crosses in life. People have different trials in their lives. So, my dear friend, whatever problem you have now, whatever tribulation you have now, whatever challenge you have now in your life, be consoled. God gave you that problem for a reason. You need to carry that problem. You need to overcome that problem because He has a purpose for you to overcome that problem. It may be to become stronger. It can be to refine your personality. It can be to prepare you for a better life so that you would appreciate your life later on much better than your life now. It can be to prepare you for a higher position if your problem right now is related to your workplace. For example, one time in my workplace, I had too many responsibilities. I handled 7 publications, 3 research journals, 1 magazine, 1 newsletter, 1 literary folio, and 1 yearbook. At first, my initial reaction was to complain. But later on, after some time, I realized that there's a purpose for that particular plight of mine, for having many projects to do. It was actually my preparation for a better work abroad. For 4 years, I endured producing 7 publications. Sometimes the newsletter would come out once a month. And then, sometimes it's once in 2 months. The magazine came out twice a year. The yearbook was produced in a matter of 3 months after graduation. The research journals were produced once a year. With all of those, plus my limited teaching load, my work that time was a burden, was a cross for me. But praise God, thank God, He carried me, He guided me, He lent me His gifts of knowledge and wisdom so that I would be able to produce those publications. After some time, I realized God knew what I was about to encounter in my life abroad. God prepared me for a better life abroad. In 2013, I had the opportunity to work abroad. I was given the chance to work in the Sultanate of Oman. And there, I realized that the difficulties in my workplace here in the Philippines were actually part of my preparation for work abroad. Because there, I was tasked to edit numerous news articles. And my superior then wanted me to edit news articles efficiently. That means, while having a regular load, 18 hours of teaching, for some semesters, I edited news articles daily. It means that I had to juggle my time in editing news articles, in preparing lessons, and in teaching properly. Thank God, I was able to do it. The work that I had endured here in the Philippines, the difficulties that I overcame here in my workplace in the Philippines before going abroad, helped me become efficient. My work here prepared me for a better work abroad. And praise God, I endured 6 years of working abroad before coming home in 2019. So my dear friends, let's always remember, if we have burdens, trials in the workplace, it only means one thing. We do need to become better for a reason. As I worked patiently, as I toiled for many nights, almost 4 years, I was guided to become a better professional, a better editor, a better publication advisor, a better journal editor. Of course, God sent me the right mentors, the right individuals who trained me to become a better editor, a better advisor who would handle student writers. God sent me the best layout artist. God sent me the best student writers that I handled. And I was trained properly. So my dear friends, even if our difficulties are seemingly insurmountable, are seemingly very difficult to overcome, we should not worry. We should always believe in Him. We should always trust Him. Because if we cannot do it, definitely He is there to guide us. He is there to carry us. And one way to do that is to send us the best mentors, the best individuals who would lend a hand freely. I experienced that in the university where I taught. I had the best mentors. They helped me become the best editor that I can become. They helped me become the best publication advisor. They helped me become the best research journal editor that I can ever be. So my dear friends, whenever we have burdens in our lives, let's always remember that those burdens are given to us for a reason. Now, my dear friends, should we compare our burdens with others? Never. We should never compare our burdens, our crosses, our difficulties, our trials with others. Because God gives us trials, problems that He knows we can overcome. So if your problem right now is related to your workplace, He has a reason for giving that problem. For example, maybe your problem now is you cannot come home here in the Philippines. I have many friends there in Oman who are stuck there. Supposed to be, my friends in Oman come home in July until August. And they just go back there for work again during the last week of August and start their classes during the first week of September. But their burden this time, for some of them, is they cannot come home and see their family. Their cross this time is to endure staying there thousands of miles away from their family due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's their burden. For my father, his burden last year from August until May this year was his illness. He was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. Of course, that was a difficult burden. It was very difficult, not only for him, but for our whole family. Praise God. He guided him and he guided all of us, his wife and 6 children. That his family would guide him, would help him, would assist him in his burden. Praise God. After his operation in October, his 8th cycle chemotherapy commenced right away. And during the last week of May 2020, his 8th cycle chemotherapy was finished. That's how God works. That's how He helps us carry our burdens. If He knows that we cannot carry, overcome our burdens alone, He will guide us. He will send us the right individuals who will support us, who will assist us in carrying our burdens. As they say, God works in mysterious ways. So, my dear friends, we do have different burdens in life. We just need to overcome those burdens. We always need to remember that after overcoming the burdens that we have, after surpassing the trials, the challenges that we have, we will emerge victorious. We will have a better character. We will become stronger to face the challenges in our lives. Let's just always bear in mind, in order to be successful in overcoming the challenges, the burdens, the trials that we have, we should never carry those burdens alone. We should seek His guidance. With Him, by His grace, we will overcome all our burdens. We will become victorious. My dear friends, we should never forget that the Supreme Being who is there is very much ready to carry us in case we become weaker. He is there just looking at us in case we cannot carry the burden any longer. But always remember that we are given that burden. You are given that burden, that trial, that challenge, because He knows that you can do it. He knows that you will seek His guidance. He knows that you will become victorious in the end. My dear friends, thank you very much for watching this vlog. My dear Exceltrove viewers, if you learned something from this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, if you want to get updated of our uploads, please hit the notification bell. Bear in mind, let's always be a blessing to others.